Technically speaking, technically speaking, I ain't talking vegan when I said that I've been eating, making money on the side, but I use it for the main. I'm speaking in code when I tech talk that financial freedom. Have a seat, cause you gon' wanna sit up at my table, yeah. Plugged in that it, girl, IT with the cables, yeah. Network engineering is for you, it ain't no label.
Welcome back to another lesson. We are still in the security section, and we're on lesson 5.5, which is describing IPsec, remote access, and site-to-site VPNs. So some of us, we talked about this already. So this will just be a quick little lesson on IPsec, remote access, and site-to-site VPNs. Now, IPsec is literally Internet Protocol Security. It's just a suite of protocols designed to ensure that data is securely being transmitted over the network. And it provides all type of security like data confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. So IPsec is used now, it's used more in the future, and especially as security seems to be at an all-high time right now, all-time high. We want to ensure that we understand these keywords like IPsec and how it can benefit the technology that we're using. Okay, now let's go in a little bit with IPsec remote access. Now we know what VPNs allows to do. It allows us to securely connect to a private network over our internet. So it's useful for like remote workers or employees that are traveling and they need to access the corporate network, the network of their company. So what we will do is ensure that the users have not only that network uptime, but also that security. And that security is through a VPN client, which would be a certain software. You may use Cisco AnyConnect or Global Protect. Authentication also entails authenticating the user, whether that can be through an authenticator app, like I said, or some type of PIN or password, whatever the case may be, they are verifying themselves and they're ensuring that, hey, I'm going to access this company network, but it's going to be securely. Okay. So we do not have people try to play man in the middle attacks and take some of the company's data while the company is based in Houston, but we're out in South America somewhere. Okay. So the best, use case is remote work. That's really the IPsec remote access. Now, there's a little bit of how it works, authentication, the client, and the tunnel. I have a nice blog on this that I'm going to share with you guys if you just go on the Google Drive, so you can kind of see how it all comes together a little bit. But as long as you understand that the IPsec remote access VPN really just goes to remote workers, then you're good to go. Okay, remote workers. Now let's talk about IPsec site-to-site VPN. Now, site-to-site VPNs connect the entire network to each other over the internet. So this is typically used to connect like branch offices to a central office, something in that sort. And it's just allowing resources to be shared securely across locations. Most of the time when you go out here and get these jobs, the business will have more than one location, but they all work under one network, one corporate network. And that corporate network, again, is spread across different branches. So they have a VPN that's site to site so we can share data securely. Okay. And this is something that has a centralized management. So again, it's one company with all these different locations or different branches, and they're all under one network, you can say, one larger network. And centralized management, we all in the IT department, whether it's the network engineers or data center, manages that. Okay. We could talk a little bit about how it works as far as a VPN gateway. You want to configure that. And then you're going to have a mutual authentication between each. It's going to establish this IPsec tunnel so data can be transmitted through it securely. And they're just going to encrypt and decrypt as the data goes back and forth. Okay. And the best example is just to use it as branch office connectivity. So when you think of site to site VPN, think of, okay, I'm at a company, this location is trying to connect to the second branch or to the second branch or second location of that same company securely, right? If you can think of it that way, then you can most likely, when it comes to the exam, answer any questions that can come your way with that. When you compare remote access and site to site when it comes to IPsec, like I said, remote access is literally like a remote worker. You're just trying to access, do your job while you're somewhere else living your life. And then site to site VPN, maybe you're not at the headquarters. Maybe you decided to travel and or go to another site because they needed you there. You can still securely use the network and share resources with each other without being compromised to attack, you know. The point with these two is both remote access and site-to-site VPNs, they use IPsec, right? That's really the key takeaway of this. And they use this internet protocol security to ensure that you can secure your communication over trusted networks. You know, you don't want to, like I said, be vulnerable to hackers, and you want to encrypt your data and authenticate your users. And that's what IPsec provides, you know, that reliable, secure method to connect in the network. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys the Trello desktop application. This is where all of our exam prep notes will be stored. So if you have access to the exam prep notes or you're in the boot camp, this is our Trello workspace that we will come to and collaborate our knowledge and questions, comments, concerns. You will still use the Discord for your primary communication, but this is where all the material is housed. And I just want to give you just a quick little run through. Now, right now, we are doing the CCNA/Net Plus learning. So as I do the lives or I do recorded videos, I will post them here. And as you can see, we're going to start off in this board, which is called the CCNA/Net Plus. You'll start here for all notes. Now, you definitely can click on this, right? And it will give you some information like the Google Drive. That's where everything is housed in our drive if you can't find anything. This is also where I will possibly tag you to say, here, start on this board and work your way through. These right here are the exam topics. You can click on it and see it's an attachment as well as a link. All right, click out of it. You can click into this card, which is the Computer Networking 101 ebook. It's just the ebook with the computer networking all comprised in it. Not as deep as the CCNA, but it talks about it in general. So you can get a general aspect of how computer networking works. Basically, how computers talk to each other, right? You get this ebook for free. It is $25 on the website, but since you signed up for the boot camp or for the exam prep notes, you get this ebook for free here. We also have the CCNA Quizlet. So these are our flashcards or play little games with the terms. So it can help you retain this information as you go through these modules. Each module, right, as you can see, has its own list. So we have network fundamentals, network access, IP activity, moving on. Each exam topic is listed in its own video. As you can see, the lesson 1.2, lesson 1.3, 1.6 and 7, and they're all here laid out for you. And then at the end of the section, such as section 1, you will have an exam, a pop quiz, just a test exam, just to test your knowledge, see if you retain some information. If you haven't, it would be best for you to go back and review the things that confused you or you just wasn't able to retain, possibly even going back to the Quizlet. But if you are confused and the videos are not helping you, the resources are not helping you, please utilize Discord and we'll be glad to get you caught up to speed.